You're in Braves country. You're in Braves country.
Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, "I surrender." T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, closed to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of two X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Ash, January 1949, Sport Magazine.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes?
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub cup. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's inside. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Play ball!
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Keep playing like this, will be the laughing stock of the league.
All right, boys, let's get back to basics. This is a baseball. The object of the game is to keep the baseball within the confines of the...
You're in Braves country.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing right field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. 4 home runs, 7 RBI, a .327 average. Batting second behind home plate, Drake Baldwin. 7 home runs, 18 RBI, batting .308. Batting third, playing third, Austin Riley. 11 home runs, 35 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .272. Cleanup and playing first, it's Matt Olson. 13 home runs, 34 RBI, batting .239. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Marcelo Ozuna. 10 home runs, 27 RBI, a .267 average. Batting sixth and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. 3 home runs, 35 RBI, 10 stolen bases, batting .236. Batting seventh, playing second, Ozzie Albies. 6 home runs, 24 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .230. Batting eighth and in left field, it's Alex Verdugo. 11 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .257. Batting ninth and playing short, Nick Allen. 12 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .230 on the year. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Bryce Elder. 2-3 with a 4.56 ERA. A 1.30 whip, 49 innings, 37 strikeouts, 48 hits, 16 walks, 8 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Logan Webb, who's 5-5 with a 2.55 ERA. A 1.17 whip, 81 innings, 91 strikeouts, 78 hits allowed, 17 walks, 4 home runs served. Backing up Logan Webb in the bottom of the first inning, and in center field, it's Daniel Johnson. He's 2 for 8 on the year with 1 stolen base. In left field, batting second, Helio Ramos. 11 home runs, 33 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .296. Batting third, the designated hitter, Wilmer Flores. 10 home runs, 48 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .254. Matt Chapman, batting cleanup at third. 11 home runs, 28 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .241. Dominic Smith is at first. He's 3 for 9 on the year with 4 RBI. Willie Adames, batting sixth at short. 5 home runs, 26 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .195. Mike Yastrzemski, the Yaz, is in right field, batting seventh with 5 home runs, 17 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .233. And Patrick Bailey is behind home plate, batting eighth. 1 home run, 16 RBI, a 189 clip, with Tyler Fitzgerald batting ninth. He's at second base with a .259 average, 2 home runs, 7 RBI. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate today, it's Gabe Morales. Your first base umpire, Jansen Visconti. Second base will be manned by Malachi Moore, and down the third base line, it's Andy Fletcher. Game time temperatures here in San Francisco, California at Oracle Park, 62 degrees at first pitch, with the wind blowing dead center at 16 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves are plus 125 on the money line. The over-under is 7.5. Our pick to click today, we're going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr. He's 2 for 9, but he does have a home run against today's starter. Other guys of note, Matt Olson, 6 for 22 with a homer. And Harris has great numbers against Logan Webb, but he was swinging the bat a lot better back then. He's 6 for 11 lifetime versus Webb with a home run. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win this one in a low-scoring affair. Webb doesn't make too many mistakes, especially at home. His 2.55 ERA is earned. We'll take the Atlanta Braves to win a tight one, 3-2. Key to the game today, Elder's got to keep the home run ball out of circuit. He's given up 8 home runs in just 49 innings, and with the wind blowing out at 16 miles an hour, they get that ball up in the jet stream. Could be a short, ugly day for Bryce Elder. He's got to get that sinker working. He's got to keep the ball down. If he can do that, there's nothing overwhelming about this offense. As far as Webb is concerned, the Braves have got to get him out early, meaning they've got to work the count. If they go in there trying to ambush early pitches, could be a very long day with Logan Webb spinning 7 or 8 shutties. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the country club. Thank you to all the country club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, Braves Country. See who we got in the chat today. We'll roll it back about 10 minutes. We haven't seen you since, we'll call it around 3:50, then chime back in. Good afternoon. Good to see you, Joyce. I see John and On a Mission. B.A. Baracus, Brian Andrews. You don't get the sarcasm, do you, Brian? Not surprising. Gary the Real McCoy. Mark Ricky Ricardo. My man Nathaniel Brooks. Helion. Gary the Real McCoy. Neil Pearson. Oswaldo Perez, AY, Iron Lung, JC, good to see everybody in here. James, King James Hagan. I'm assuming we're at Edward Spry's in here somewhere. Of course, we need to check on all of our Braves members, make sure they're okay after this past week. It's been a rough one. And Adam Batman Westbury. All right, we'll be back in a flash. 4:05. I think I was saying 4:10 all week. It's 4:05 first pitch. It's on the way. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in time and space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
All right, Braves Country, let's see what the hell's going on around this camp today. Iron Lung already coming in with the donations. Appreciate it, Iron Lung. Thought I had. There it goes. Atlanta Braves, I believe they're wearing their Friday night reds, which I don't quite understand what's going on with that, but that's what it appears what they're doing. That's what I saw in the warm-up. I don't know if that was just Elder warming up in that. We'll have to double-check that when they come onto the field. I'll tell you what, Iron Lung, you go ahead and throw mine in there because we need some kind of good luck here. I don't know what we need, but we need something. I'm not going to lie. I am very disappointed in welcoming 5 more to the country club. I am very disappointed in them DFAing Craig Kimbrell. I mean, the guy just came in and threw a shutout inning, something we've been looking for. I get it that his velo's not that high, but his velo wasn't high when he's in the minors. He was topping out at 92, 93 miles an hour. So that I'm not going to buy into. It does look like the Braves are wearing red shirts, gray pants, and yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr. is chopped foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. Gray pants, red tops, Braves across the chest in navy. Tomahawk outlined in white as well as Braves. Is the 0-1 right there? First strike, it's 0-2. Sweeper on the edge. May have been a touch off. We'll have the navy ball caps with the white A representing the city of Atlanta. San Francisco in their home whites with Giants across the chest in orange and black. The 0-2 misses high 1-2. What you're going to see from Logan Webb today, if you're not familiar with him, first of all, he's a nasty pitcher. He's got some good movement on his pitches. Is the 1-2 outside Y, sweeper misses 2-2. He throws a sinker and a sweeper by combined about 77% of the time, so that's mainly what you're going to see. Throws the change in at 20% and the cut and fastball evenly at 7 apiece. The 2-2 sweeper down and away 3-2. But even with his low ERA, you notice he has a 5-5 record. That is because he doesn't tend to get great run support. So maybe we could squeak one out. The 3-2 pitch, check swing foul, sinker that kind of dipped in on the hands of Acuna. Payoff pitch. Webb comes set, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3 sinker. Out on edge, one away. That's his go-to heat pitch. The sinker, more of a 2-seamer. Throws that much more than he does the 4-seamer. Kind of bends in like a 2-seam fastball, not quite like a traditional sinker. San Francisco is wearing their black ball caps with the SF interlocking with the Pride Month colors on the SF. Drake Baldwin takes the first pitch off the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss, changeup. It's 0-2. I would think Drake's going to struggle with Webb a little bit, having not seen him, and he's a good one. Drake's going to call a timeout real quick. Drake Baldwin batting .308 with 7 home runs, 18 RBI. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. If nothing else, we want to see the Braves work the count. Get that pitch count up. Talked about it in the pregame. Get Webb out of the ball game. They're going to be a little light today on some of their back end pieces. The 1-2. Swing, chops it down the third base line. Long throw for Chapman. He'll get him by about a step and a half. One away. San Francisco wasn't quite playing Drake the way most of the other teams we've seen him play, where it's pretty much a straight pull. They had Chapman over there in traditional third base territory, in the infield pretty much straight back. Austin Riley will come to the plate. First pitch on the way, misses off the plate. It's 1-0. Austin Riley batting .272 with 11 home runs. Righty-righty matchup, the 1-0. Swing, dribbles it over towards third. Chapman's got it, fires, puts him out. That'll end the inning. Riley, another quick at bat. He's got to straighten that up. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the bottom of the first. Braves nothing, Giants nothing. Inning number 1.
Tequila may not fix your life, but it's worth a shot.
I don't know who my people are, but cheers to those of us who can sing the wrong lyrics with confidence.
Meanwhile, can anybody tell me how did Brittany Garner's team finish last season?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, she was playing for Phoenix, right?
Yeah. They
How did they do? Were they selling out all the tickets?
No.
Is she going back to the Olympics to represent the United States?
I don't think so.
So then why the did we let her out of jail? Exactly. Why the was we in a rush to bring her back?
If your wife brags about sticking with you through the tough times, let her know that she should, since she caused them. After she backtalks, say, "Oh boy, here comes another one."
The Chicago team hasn't won a pennant since 1919. How do you think Chicago will do this year?
Well, Cliff, we think that we have a fine chance of overcoming the Yankees.
You really think you can win a pennant this year if you get a few breaks here and there?
Yes.
Our skipper predicted that we're gonna win this year, and all the guys start thinking, hey, we can go ahead and go all the way. We can do things.
And as the season began, it seemed as if the White Sox optimism was well-founded, and the biggest reason for that was the spirited play of their best players, in particular, second baseman Nellie Fox.
Every winning team has a leader or a spark, and Fox lit the fuse for the Chicago club.
He was a little pepper potter, a left-hand hitter, almost never struck out.
Little Foxy has a double and 2 singles today.
I think Whitey Ford said it in 12 years, struck out Fox one time, and he thinks the umpire blew the call.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Off the plate from Bryce Elder, it's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup, the 1-0. chopped over towards second. Ozzie has it, flips it to Olsen. We've seen this a couple of times this year. The Braves are on the road wearing the red. The first time I thought they just had a laundry screw-up and someone grabbed the wrong jerseys. But evidently it's intentional. Kind of reminds me of when I play MLB The Show and I intentionally put the wrong jerseys together just because I want a different look. First pitch on the way to Ramos is down and in. It's 1-0. I don't hate the match of it, but it is odd seeing them wear it on the road. Maybe they're trying to get some of the fans elsewhere to buy the different types of jerseys. The 1-0's right there, sinker, 1-1. Bryce Elder's got to keep that ball down today. Wind blowing out around 15 to 18 miles an hour, depending on when you gauge it. There's the 1-1, slider on the edge, 1-2. What you'll see from Elder is a slider and a sinker about 77% of the time. Is the 1-2, dribbled up the middle, backhanded by Ozzie. Off balance throw, throws it over to first. Smoke him if you got him, because he got him. 2 down. Great throw by Ozzie. Beating the runner out by about a quarter step. 2 down. San Fran will not challenge it, nor should they. Ramos thinks he beat it, and he wanted San Fran to challenge it, but he was definitely out. It's kind of close, but not close enough, and I don't think you're going to have enough to overturn it. First pitch on the way, misses to Flores. It's 1-0. Best time to face Flores is when no one's on base. He has an incredible knack for getting runs in. Already at 48 RBI, though he just has 10 home runs and a 254 average. The 2-0, right there for a strike, 2-1. Wilmer Flores, if you don't remember him, he was the gentleman who was with the Mets years ago, and when they announced he was going to be traded mid-game, he started crying as the 2-1s hammered foul down the third base line. It's 2-2. The trade ended up not going through, and I can't remember who he was getting traded to, but the Mets were out of the playoff push, and he was getting traded. He did not want to leave the city of New York. Long story short, years later, he's been with San Francisco for quite some time after locking on to them. 254 average, 10 home runs, 48 RBI. Flores digs in, the payoff pitch, swing, roasts it over towards short. Allen's got it, plenty of time. Flores never was a great runner, but definitely runs a lot slower than he used to. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves, Giants, 0-0. We're through 1.
Y'all, I'm sorry, but you cannot be a fully grown adult blaming your actions on a zodiac sign.
Today, my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" I burst into tears. 11 years old, and he still doesn't know my name is Logan.
I'm just not going to have a man's baby just to have a man's baby.
Well, this is a nice change of generational pace.
If a man wants me to have his baby, I have 2 requirements.
As long as one of those requirements is you both actually like each other.
You're going to get a tattoo of my face on your body because it's a body for a body. My body's going to change forever. Your body's going to change forever.
And the slippery slope begins.
And my push present is either a car or a house, preferably both.
Push present? Like a gift for giving birth? Because you already got that. It's called a baby. You're going to have to find a way to crank that infant up and drive.
And Fox's partner on the infield, shortstop Louis Aparicio, was turning heads with his spectacular play.
This is the truth. Once in a while, I'm playing center field and I should be doing something, but I'd stand there in awe of a play that Louis made.
Aparicio teamed with Fox to become the league's best double play combination. And as the team's leadoff hitter, little Louis also ignited the offense with his quick bat and quick feet.
Louis, you do many things well, but I think a lot of the folks come out to see you get the jump on the pitcher and get those stolen bases.
He stole 56 bases, which was a groundbreaking number in Major League Baseball. He really brought the stolen base back into the game. Aparicio set the tone for, hey, this is what a leadoff hitter should be.
Together, Aparicio and Fox perfected the art of small ball.
Louis getting a single, somehow got the second, Nelly got a ground ball to get him a third, and I'd hit a fly ball. That's how we scored a lot of runs.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Big Matt Olson leads us off. First pitch on the way. There's a sweeper in on the hands. Fists it foul. It's 0-1. Olson batting in the cleanup spot today as they keep juggling the lineup. Ozuna on deck at the number 5 hole. The 0-1 swing and a miss. 1. 2023, they rarely change the lineup, and you saw the offense get settled in and really take off. Since then, they have been fiddling with the lineup left and right, and it's never really done anything. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. I still say there's something to be said for guys having their routine of where they hit in the order and the approach that you bring to the plate in that slot. The 1-2, 95 misses high, 2-2. I think they have too many guys in that front office that treat this like a video game and not real baseball. The 2-2, outside wide, good take, cutter misses, full count. A delayed check down the third base line to Fletcher by Morales. The payoff pitch, caught looking, strike 3. Sweeper right there, took it right down his gullet. Backwards K, went away. The good news is when they do get rid of Snicker, and I do believe that this will be his last year, whether he steps down or however they want to do it, it's going to bring a new approach across the board. The new manager will bring in a new pitching coach, a new hitting coach. The first pitch on the way to Ozuna is outside wide. Called for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 right there at the knees, a little below, quickly 0-2. So 2 strikes quickly on Ozuna. I believe the first one he was saying that Ozuna went around. Didn't look like that he offered, but nonetheless. The 0-2 count. Chase one off the plate, strike 3. Webb mowing down the Braves batters early and often. 2 down, 22 pitches in. Phillies and Pirates are tied at 1. They're in the first. Cubs down the Tigers earlier today, 6-1. Reds beat the Diamondbacks in the continuation of last night's game in extra innings, 4-3. First pitch on the way to Harris is right there. First strike, it's 0-1. Webb is working incredibly quickly today. He's normally very quick, but it seems like he's on double time. The 0-1 slices a foul, it's 0-2. One thing that does do, if you're in the area of the strike zone and you're working quickly, umpires like that and they will expand that zone. The 0-2 from Webb. Misses high, 1-2. Got a few 4 o'clock games today. Astros and Guardians are scoreless. Royals and White Sox are scoreless. The 1-2 misses high. 2-2. Phillies and Pirates tied at 1. Diamondbacks and Reds are starting their second game. They're scoreless in the first. The 2-2. Swing. Bangs it on the ground over to second. That'll be an easy 4-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3. The Braves go down in order once again. We go to the bottom of the second. 0-0.
Hate your job? Do it the rest of your life. Be a man.
I got fired from the bank today. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her.
When people talk about DiMaggio, they're usually talking about Joe. But I'm here to tell you that his brother Dom was one hell of a player too. His career only lasted 11 seasons in part because he missed 3 years due to military service, but in 7 of those seasons, he managed to make the All-Star team. During his 10 full seasons, he ranked first in hits, second in runs scored, and third in doubles when compared to all major leaguers during that time period. He led American League center fielders in assists 3 times and putouts and double plays twice. He tied a league record by recording 400 putouts 4 times, and his 503 putouts and 526 total chances in 1948 stood as an American League record for nearly 30 years. He was an effective leadoff hitter, never striking out more than 68 times in a season. He led the American League twice in runs scored, once in triples, and once in stolen bases. He is one of only 3 players to average more than 100 runs throughout his career. He batted 300 or better 4 times, and just missed hitting 300 over his career. He batted safely in 34 straight games in 1949, a Red Sox record.
LA manager Walter Alston had a daunting challenge when it came to the 59 Dodgers. He wanted to recapture their place at the top of the National League, but the team was at a crossroads, and it was his job to show them the way.
He was charged with sort of rebuilding the Dodgers when some of their great players were winding down and the new wave of youngsters was coming up.
In many ways, Alston was ideally suited for the job in 59.
Walter Alston was quiet. He was patient. He knew baseball probably as well as anybody. But the thing about him, I believe, was that he could bring the ball club together.
He didn't say a whole lot. He didn't give many speeches. But when he did say something, you would listen.
Thought he was a fair man, very strong man. Didn't want to mess with him.
Bryce Elder starts us off with a strike at the knees to Matt Chapman, their cleanup hitter. 11 home runs, a 794 OPS. The 0-1. Slider just misses. Part of the ball touched the zone, but not quite enough to get the call. The 1-1. Same pitch, very same location, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. Inside, nowhere near the zone, 3-1. Braves nothing, Giants nothing, bottom of the second inning. Elder trying to match zeros with Webb. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Good sinker. Full count. Full count to Chapman. Digging in, the pitch. Caught looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. Sit down, sucker. One away. Got the sinker up in the zone. Not really where he was aiming, but we'll take it. So one down. That was Elder's first strikeout, by the way. First pitch on the way. There's a slider off the edge to Dominic Smith. It's 0-1. Smith, the former Met, the former Nat, batting .333 on the year. The 0-1 slaps it into left. That'll get down for a single, a one-out single, and that'll be the first base hit of the game for either squad. Logan Webb still working on a perfect game. The Braves have yet to reach base. That is the first base runner for the Giants. So the no-hitter's gone. Willie Adames, the batter, batting .195. First pitch on the way is a sinker down and in. It's 0-1. If you're just joining us and missed the news, the Braves unexplicably DFA'd Craig Kimbrell today. The 0-1 misses 1-1. 1-1 count. Elder brings it. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Who wants it? Man, that was some bad communication between Olsen and Ozzie. That was a you get it, what the hell, I guess I'll get it. Olsen looked up and pointed to Ozzie. Ozzie was pointing to him. This team's playing some bad baseball right now. Willie Adames is batting .195, and for those of you all who may not remember, he was the catalyst for that Milwaukee Brewers offense the last few years. He signed a 7-year, $182 million deal to come to San Francisco. And a lot of people believe that they overpaid because they'd been left at the altar so many times with the Ohtani, with Judge, et cetera, and they just wanted a big-name free agent. And I guess you can call Adames a big-name free agent, but he has not lived up to the bill. First pitch on the way is a sinker to the Yaz. It's 1-0. 1-0. Yeah, it's really dumbfounding what the Braves did. They DFA'd Kimbrell, who came in and pitched a scoreless inning of ball last night in case you missed the game. The 1-0 misses 2-0. And it would be more understandable had they made that move as the 2-0 swing, chops it foul on the first base line, 2-1. If they had made that move because they were bringing in someone that you could lean on, but all they did was bring up Austin Cox from the minor league system. And unless this guy is the second coming of Cy Young, Braves fans are disappointed, and that's the nicest way to say it. 2-1 pitch is fouled back 2-2. It made no sense when you're talking about holding on to Rafael Montero because of money. You DFA Craig Kimbrell. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. Elder strikes out 2 in the inning, trying to go 0 for 0 with Logan Webb. We'll be back in a flash and try to get a base hit when we return.
Is Google a man or a woman?
A woman. Because it never lets you finish a sentence without making a suggestion.
Have you ever looked at Brooks Robinson's helmet and thought, what is wrong with it? In the early 1970s, the commissioner's office made it mandatory to wear a batting helmet if you were entering the league. Robinson was originally for the helmet, since he had been beamed in the head several times over his career. When he got the new helmet and put it on, he noticed that the bill was a little longer than a normal helmet. Because of this, he could see the brim and part of the flap when he went up to hit, which caused him to lose concentration at the plate. So he did what any rational player would do. He took a hacksaw and cut it off about 1.5 inches off the brim and about a half inch off the flap. The result is something that looks like it came straight out of the movie Easy Ride.
Under Austin's guidance, young flamethrower Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale started pitching with more poise, while aging icons Duke Snider and Gil Hodges reached back for some vintage performances. Austin even got former All-Star Carl Furillo to accept a bench role and inserted Wally Moon, which would pay enormous dividends.
Wally Moon, he took advantage of that screen in left field like nobody else. Anytime he hit that screen, off the wall or over the wall, they called it a moonshot.
The Dodgers played far better than they had the season before, but they still could not seem to find the spark they needed to reach the top of the standings. Ultimately, a shortstop named Maury Wills and a pitcher named Larry Sherry would push them into contention. Both players had been languishing in the minors and had forged a special bond.
I was going so bad. And I just made a mistake, made an error in the opposition running all over the bases. And I actually left the field when in the clubhouse was ripping my uniform off. I was quitting. And Larry Sherry happened to see me and came in and grabbed me, pinned me up against the wall. He said, "You can't do that. I won't let you do it." Larry Sherry saved my career.
First pitch from Logan Webb is right down the pipe to the left-handed bat of Ozzie Albies from the open stance. 1-0. Right there for a strike up top. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count to Ozzie, batting .230 on the year, 6 home runs, 650 OPS. 1-1 misses outside, wide, 2-1. Webb is just at 30 pitches, so doing well on that front. The 2-1. Swing, kind of a check swing, blooper into center field, and that's down for a base hit, and that's your first base hit of the game for your Atlanta Braves.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Wasn't a hard hit ball, but just kind of poked it into center field. That gets things going for the Atlanta Braves here in the top of the third inning. First base hit, first base runner. That'll bring Alex Verdugo to the dish. First pitch, sweeper, right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Infield, really more of double play depth up the middle than any kind of a shift as the 0-1's check swing back foul. It's 0-2. Shortstop Adames is cheating towards second, so Chapman's a little bit by his lonesome, but as far as Fitzgerald is concerned, he's not really playing Verdugo to pull. He's essentially up the middle. The 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. One-two count. .257 on the year, 637 OPS. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Chase one well off the plate, nowhere near the zone. About a foot outside, one away. One down. They're convinced that Verdugo gives them a better chance in the lineup versus right-handed pitchers. That's why you're never seeing Eli White in the fold. His first pitch off the plate is wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. He is hit it essentially since he first came up when he had the hot week. He's hit pretty much 250, about 1 for 4. With no power numbers to speak of. The 1-0, right down the pipe, sinker up top, it's 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it, shows bunt. High chopping bunt, but it'll go foul. Third base side, 1-2. Standing on deck is Ronald Acuna Jr. If they can keep the line moving, Baldwin is in the hole. Ozzie at first. The 1-2 count. Webb turns and fires it over to first. One thing about Webb, he stays around the zone typically. And Allen, though he doesn't have a lot of pop, he does handle the bat well. If you wanted to put a hit and run on with Ozzie's speed, you could do that. You just don't see it nowadays. The 1-2, swing, lifts it into center field. That gets down for a base hit. So another base hit for the Braves. Light, kind of a light poke, similar to Ozzie's single, and Ozzie goes all the way around to third. We've got runners on the corners with one out.
Hitting, not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Got the bat head out there on a sweeper that was down and away and just kind of poked it over the infield. And we've got runners on the corners, one out. And the batter, Ronald Acuna Jr. First pitch, swing, fouls it back, sweeper, it's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Allen does have 6 stolen bases, so he could be on the go to keep the double play out of order. The 0-1, up top for a strike, right down the heart of the plate, top of the zone, it's 0-2. Big hole on the right side of the infield as they're playing the infield defense back into the left. The 0-2. Cutter misses high, 1-2. 1-2 count. He was going with that cutter on the top of the zone, hoping Acuna would swing and pop it up. To go ahead run at third. The 1-2, did he go around? They're going to say he did. Acuna's not going to like that, but honest engine, that pitch was in the zone anyways. It was a blown call by home plate umpire Gabe Morales. Nonetheless, it's a strikeout. 2 down. I don't think he went around. I'm looking at the replay. I guess you could make the argument, but regardless, that pitch was in the zone. So Drake Baldwin, the batter, first pitch on the way, chops it back behind home plate. It's 0-1. Braves with a golden opportunity here in the third to take an early lead. Slowly watching it go by the wayside. 2 outs now. You're going to need a base hit. The 0-1. Outside wide, well wide of the plate, 0-2. That pitch was 2 to 3 inches off the mark. Gabe Morales, who's known as a pitcher's ump, calls them low and wide. Flips it over to first to keep Nick Allen close by. Dominic Smith over there playing games keeps trying to tag the runners as he's getting up. If I'm Nick Allen, I just sweep the leg as I'm getting up. It's like none of this nonsense. Bush League crap, the 0-2. Down and in, ball dribbles away but not very far. Bailey stays on top of it. You got a 1-2 count. Drake Baldwin looking for just to get anything, poke it to the outfield, get it down for a base hit. The 1-2, down and away, 2-2. Sinker in the dirt. 2-2 count. Ozzie at third, representing the go-ahead run. The 2-2. Swing, just got a piece of that, stay alive. Bangs it behind home plate. We'll do it again. The 2-2. Ron Acuna Jr. and Baldwin, the only two players on the team batting over 300, by the way. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. So you got a full count. Nick Allen will be on the go on the pitch with 2 outs. Ozzie at third. The payoff pitch to Drake. Chases one down below the knees, nowhere near the zone. A sucker pitch, strike 3. He'll head back to the dugout, grab his catcher gear. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom 3, 0-0.
When somebody asks me if I'm having a good day, I just got to ask myself 3 questions, brother. 1, am I alive? I usually am. 2, am I in the land of the free? I usually am, baby. And 3, do I feel the smiling spirit of George Washington gazing down upon me from the great pearly land of the free in the sky? Brother, there ain't a moment that goes by that I don't feel that. And when I add up that math, makes me realize there are no bad days in the land of the free, baby.
I have a bunch of jokes about unemployed people, but unfortunately, none of them seem to work.
If you're on your phone and your wife asks you if you're texting one of your floozies, say yes. Then send her a text that says, "What's up?" After she backtalks, say, "See, this is why you're not my main girl."
The two friends were called up in mid-season and began contributing right away. Sherry as the team's top reliever and Wills as its new spark plug.
He started getting hits. He hit the balls up the middle, ground balls to the left side. Every now and then a line drive. I said, how wonderful. I mean, this guy had struggled all this time, and now he's got that hitting down right.
Covered a lot of ground at shortstop. I mean, go to his left, go deep in the hole a lot. He can run like a deer.
The new Dodger shortstop, Wills, a lifesaver for the Dodgers.
With his speed, he created a different atmosphere when he got on base. He changed our whole club.
Wills beat opposing teams with his legs, and Sherry beat them with his iron will.
Anytime you talk to Larry, don't worry about it. I can take care of it. Larry had determination. Larry had a belly full of guts. Larry was out there to beat you.
And he had a slider, hit that outside corner, and you swung the ball, wasn't there anymore.
He would come in and just shut the other team down in crucial moments.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark.
Bottom of the third we go. Bryce Elder goes back to work in a 0-0 ball game. Just a quick reminder, no game tomorrow. Back at it on Monday. First pitch on the way is a sinker down and in. It's 1-0. Death in the family. We're going to be out of town tomorrow, so I won't be able to bring you the broadcast. We should be back at it on Monday when we travel to Milwaukee. It's a 7:40 first pitch. 1-0 down and in, 2-0. 2-0 count. Swing, slaps it back foul, 2-1. Patrick Bailey batting 189 with a home run, 16 RBI. The 2-1 from Elder. Lifts it high into the outfield, but it should be playable. Drifting back, making the catch is Harris for a long out, number 1. Didn't get a whole lot on that, but that ball carried, and that just shows you how much wind is blowing out to to center field. It's blowing, looks more like it's blowing now from right to center. It's still pushing out so far. Tyler Fitzgerald, the batter, first pitch on the way, off the plate, called for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Swing, chops a foul, 1-1. It's funny, last night's game, if you were with us, if you were up that late, 1 a.m., they had the skies blue as can be, sunny skies on the 3D. Today, it's a 1 o'clock first pitch local time, and they're showing a night game on there. Fitzgerald tried to drop a bunt. It'll go foul. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Elder brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Respect your Elder. 2 away. Third strikeout of the game for Bryce Elder. Not too shabby. I believe his over-under, not only was it 4.5, but you got plus money if you took his over. First pitch on the way is a sinker down and away. Misses to Johnson, who shows a bunt. 1-0. Daniel Johnson grounded out his first time up. He's a speedster playing center field today. The 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires, slaps it down the third base line. Just fair, and that's going to be extra bases for Johnson. Braves were playing a hard shift to a weak-hitting left-handed hitter. For whatever the reason, it opened up a huge gap on the left side. He just kind of poked it down that way. Riley never had a chance where they had him playing. The Braves have been overshifting for years, and that's a classic example. They hit pay dirt with it in 2021, but the league has caught up. His first pitch on the way, swung on, chopped over towards Allen. Allen fires it over to first, and that'll end the inning. Allen was looking back the runner like he was going to throw it to third. There's 2 outs. Take the easy one. What is he doing? We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Le'Veon Bell, he put out a single for people to listen to on Twitter of a rap album that he's really proud of. He asked for people to critique it. Keenan Allen, the receiver of the Chargers, came back with the trash emoji. And what's even better, and I can't do it justice because we're on radio, you've got to see the video. The video that he put up. Oh, my God. It's like the most funny and exciting thing I have ever seen because it's like really bad late 80s, early 90s rap video. But anyways, it's staged almost like black and white. He's like under a bridge somewhere where there's like a bonfire going.
Hard times.
So like, yeah.
Hard times.
You know, hard times for a guy making millions.
He can relate.
But the funniest part is when he's got the hoodie on, he's doing poses and stuff like that and kind of jiving around. And then out of nowhere, sorry, I can't get it out. He comes up from under the screen. So in other words, like
from the Muppets or something?
Almost like the Muppets.
When you see just the figure just come straight up.
Yes, the gig comes straight up while he's also in the background.
Uh-huh.
It's like the worst thing put together ever. I don't know how to edit a video. We could do better than this, I'm telling you.
Who's the director, Pouncey?
Armchair.
In past years, the White Sox may have been worried about being caught by the powerful Yankees. But this season, they were simply too fast to catch, as Chicago finished ahead of New York and second place Cleveland.
It's a great thing for us to beat the Yankees. It's nice that we beat Cleveland, was to come in second, but to beat the Yankees was number one.
And finally, the Sox ended 40 years of futility when they captured the American League pennant.
There's the ground ball. Aparicio has a step on second, throws to first. The ball game's over. The White Sox are the champions of 1959. A 40-year wait has now ended.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Right there for a strike to Austin Riley. It's 0-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Chase one well off the plate. 0-2. I'm trying to reset this screen. It's way behind. (0-2) count. Swung on, bangs it foul back behind home plate. Four-seam fastball up top. It's a little closer to where it should be. Just a touch behind. The 0-2 from Webb, his 54th offering of the afternoon. Brings it. Caught looking, strike three, backwards K once again for Austin Riley. He's been doing that a lot this year. One away. So 1 up, 1 down, and Matt Olson will be your batter. First pitch on the way. Misses high, 1-0. I understand they want the righty-lefty situation going on, but you're never going to convince me that Riley should be batting third in this order. 1-0, misses high. 2-0. If you're hellbound and determined to do that, then put Ozuna at the 3 spot and put Riley back down at the 5 spot where he typically hits a lot better. 2-0. Cutter misses outside, 2-1. They keep screwing with these guys' heads. I mean, it's up and down all year long with all their batting orders. The only thing that stays consistent is Acuna leading off nowadays. 2-1, fouls it away, 2-2. Everybody else gets shuffled up and down. They used to take great pride in the fact that they would just set the lineup. You might adjust it if it's a righty or lefty, but you don't change it every day because of a computer printout. The 2-2, caught looking, strike three. Backwards K. He gone. 2 down. That pitch looked to be a little bit off the plate, but that's what Gabe Morales does, and that's what he's been doing all day long. That is Logan Webb's, by the way, 8th strikeout. We are only in inning number 4. First pitch on the way to Ozuna is a strike. It's 0-1. Ozuna struck out his first time up. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1 count. Up top for a strike. Takes it all the way. 1-2. Only Harris, Ozzie, and Allen have not struck out today. The 1-2 pitch. Guess that misses outside. 2-2. Evening up the count, Webb at 63. The 2-2. Caught looking, strike three. He'll go take a seat. Ozuna's going to argue with home plate umpire Gabe Morales. Morales is letting him get a couple of words, and we'll see if he stays in the game. Freddie Gonzalez is coming in to try to break it up. We'll be back in a flash. That's what leaders do, by the way. That's what Freddie's supposed to be doing. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Darling, I heard what you did for a Klondike bar. Call me.
It's not that I don't like people, it's that I don't want them near me.
Have you been drinking paint? No. Let me see your tongue.
Oh my God, dude! Oh, that's disgusting.
It's not bad.
You can't drink paint.
I know. I hear you.
You say that, but I don't think that you're gonna stop.
I get it though, man. That's right. I feel like you're saying you get it, but you don't get it.
To every girl that's ever said to me, playing dumb isn't cute, I'm not playing. This is a factory setting. There was some assembly required, but they threw that box out and all of those screws. And the warranty forgot about it. So you and I are just gonna have to get over it, because this is as good as it's gonna get.
In the final days of the 1959 season, the Braves, Giants, and Dodgers were locked in a 3-team race for the National League crown.
Maury Wills lays down a perfect squeeze bunt. The score, Hodges. The Dodgers go on to defeat San Francisco 8-4.
The Giants were done, but the Dodger euphoria was short-lived as the Braves beat the Phillies on the last day of the season to force a playoff few thought the Dodgers would survive.
Milwaukee was so good that year and they'd won a couple of years before in the National League, and everybody thought, well, this is the team to beat.
We were actually happy to end up in a tie because we matched up well with the Dodgers.
We were very confident, and we fully expected to win the playoffs.
But as they readied for the best-of-3 series, the Dodgers were undaunted.
The Braves had a better team than we had, man for man, if you wanted to match them on paper. But we always knew the game is won on the field, not paper.
We went there to win.
Welcome back. First two pitches from Elders were strikes. He's quickly ahead, 0-2. The 0-2. Flores, your batter, spits on the 0-2 as it falls off the edge, 1-2. 1-2 count. Swung on, chops it foul. Gabe Morales, we've seen him quite a few times before, and typically his games go quickly. Typically his zones are wide, and that's what's going on today. 0-0 your score, bottom of the fourth inning. The 1-2. Nowhere near the zone. Changeup misses, 2-2. So getting the 2 strike pitches, and now they're starting to nibble, evening up the count. Braves 0, Giants 0, bottom of the fourth. Infield back into the left. The 2-2. Swing, chops it foul, we'll do it again. Elder with 3 strikeouts on the day. Logan Webb with already 9. The 2-2. Bam! She gone right down the hatch. A solo shot over the fence, and the Giants lead it 1-0. 361 feet. A hanging slider. That's what happens when you get an 0-2 count. You start nibbling. The Giants that was a hanger. Set up down the way, and that was about belt high. First pitch on the way is chopped over towards second. Ozzie has it. He flips it over to first. 4-3 put out, 1 away. So the first run of the game given up by Bryce Elder. Man, you could have put that thing on a tee better than that.
Man, that ball got out of here in a hurry. And when anything travels that far, I'd have a damn stewardess on it, don't you think?
Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Slider off the plate. 1-0, Dominic Smith, the batter. The 1-0, swung on, chopped foul back behind home plate. 1-1. One count. Elder at 50 pitches, brings it. Swing and a miss, change up, 1-2. The 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sinker was up top, not where he was aiming, but we'll take the strikeout, 2 down. 2 down, and first pitch on the way to Willie Adames is the sinker down and in. It's 1-0. Bryce Elder wants a new ball, so he'll flip it back to Morales. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Adames popped out his first time up, batting 194. You think we've made some bad decisions? Imagine giving a guy 7 years, 182, and he's batting 194. The 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3. No? Didn't give it to him? All right. Gabe Morales doing Gabe Morales things. He blows another call. Is that pitch at the bottom of the edge? He's been given that strike call all day long. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. There you go. Shouldn't have had to throw that extra pitch. Gabe Morales, not good at baseball. We'll be back in a flash.
At least I'm a fun hot mess. Like a train wreck full of pizza, fireworks, and glitter.
Y'all, back when I was a kid, I could jump out of a swing mid-air and land on my feet, no problem. Now when I sleep on the wrong pillow, I wake up feeling like I fell out of a 12-story window.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
If your child is performing poorly during a recital, stop recording them in the middle of their performance so that they will see what a disappointment they are to you. To save face around the other parents, tell them you're just practicing for when your child gets on stage.
And as the first game began, the Braves took an early lead.
The Braves break the scoring ice.
And then Dodger manager Walter Alston acted quickly, making the boldest of moves. He brought in his ace reliever Larry Sherry in the second inning.
Well, he's the boss. He's going to pick whoever he wants, and he knows Larry wants to come in. And Larry wants to pitch.
Sherry made Alston's gamble pay off as he completely shut the Braves down.
He knew he could do it, and he wanted to do it, and he did it.
And then Johnny Roseboro homered, and the Dodgers ended up with an improbable 3-2 victory.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris, the second, misses inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, chases one off the plate, slaps it foul. Sinker well off the edge. 1-1. Logan Webb at 9 strikeouts. The 1-1. Swing, lifts it, blasts it high and deep. Will it carry? Will it go? Get up, get up, get up, get out, baby, she's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a solo shot, and Muddy Mike puts us back on the board. How about that? All right, Muddy Mike. 4th home run of the year.
You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle. It's all right. My name is Money Mike. All right, then.
36th RBI.
I don't do this for fun.
423 happy feet later, and it's 1-1. Sweeper off the edge to Ozzie Albies. Misses. It's 1-0. 1-0. Lifts it high, not very deep. Into right field. Camping underneath it, making the catch is Yaz. F9 in your scorecard, 1 away. Pitch on the way to Verdugo. He's a sweeper at the knees, taken all the way. It's 0-1. Wind is really ripping over towards right. The 0-1. Hit on the ground to short. Bad throw by Adames. Dribbles about 6 times, but Verdugo kind of late getting out of the box. 6-3 put out. I'd like to see another replay of that, but yeah, I think I was right on that. If you're going to bench someone, bench Verdugo's ass for barely walking down the line. Pitch on the way to Nick Allen is a comebacker. Line drive to the pitcher. He makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But not before Harris ties it up. It's 1-1. We go to the bottom of 5.
Here's to alcohol, because no good story has ever started with a salad. Cheers.
Dad?
Yep.
The fans and followers want to know why you caved with my sister.
What are you talking about?
You bet her $100 to quit vaping for 2 weeks. Then you found out she cheated with Zippix sticks, and you paid her anyways.
Did you know the bet before we did it?
Yes.
And did any time during the bet when we set up the rules, did I say she couldn't use a nicotine stick or nicotine gum?
Well, no.
Okay, then she won, fair and square. What's the big deal?
Well, technically she won, but everyone thinks you should have stuck to your guns and not paid her at all.
Oh, so I'm supposed to tell my daughter that she cheated even when she didn't, and then you guys want me to welch on the bet so her dad, she learns the lessons that her dad welches on bets too. That's the advice of your fans and followers?
People still think you caved either way.
Well, it is really important what other people think about the way I parent.
It is?
No, not even a little bit. Get the out of here.
Back in Los Angeles for the second game, the Braves showed their championship pedigree as they knocked out Don Drysdale and took a 5-2 lead into the 9th inning. And with the unflappable Lou Burdett on the mound, the game seemed over. But then, like an echo from the past, the old boys of summer roared to life. Snyder and Hodges delivered key hits, knocking Burdett out of the game, and Ferrillo tied it with a sacrifice fly.
Gil Hodges comes in with a tying run, and the Dodgers are anything but dead.
We just got some momentum at the end.
And then, with the score tied in the 12th, they reached back one more time.
The Cinderella team of the National League, for the first time in history, a 7th-place club has come back to win the pennant the following year.
We had no business beating them.
Welcome back. The very first pitch swinging by Yastrzemski. Grounds it back to Elder, who fires it to first. It was a drag bunt, but it was a hardly hit drag bunt that came right back to Elder. He guns him down at first, one away. I don't hate the idea by Yastrzemski doing that there, though, because the way the defense was positioned is the first pitch on the way to Bailey is right there off the edge. It's 0-1. Riley was so far away as they're doing the Brave shift. Is the 0-1 right there at the knees, 0-2. It would have taken a miracle if it got past Elder. They're still in that defense as Bailey sits at an 0-2 count. Infield back into the right. Riley is basically playing shortstop position on a pull. The 0-2, outside wide 1-2. And so why they keep pitching him outside is curious, because Allen is essentially standing on second base. This is the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away. But Riley was so far over to shortstop position that it's not even your typical short. It's shortstop on a pull. So an enormous hole on the left-hand side. That'll bring Tyler Fitzgerald to the plate, the right-hander, as the defense will now go back into the left. First pitch on the way, swung on, chopped up the middle. Allen's got it, fires it over to first, and that'll end the inning. Good job by Bryce Elder. A shutdown inning after tying it up. We'll be back in a flash. Acuna, Baldwin, and then Riley.
Do Irish people love being miserable all the time? Yeah, we do. It's good, clean fun. But yeah, I'll complain about your nephew who I never met and tell people what I think he should be doing with his life. I'll sit down on my chair over there for an hour and be absolutely outraged about the Germans, thinking they can steal drinking from the Irish. Positivity will only get you so far. I encourage you, sit down on front of the fire with a nice cup of tea and think about how your best friend doesn't deserve the car that he has, because he does for nothing. It's good for you. We might be a bit cantankerous, but that's what allows us to go out and have a bit of crack in the evening.
As the 1959 World Series got set to open on the south side of Chicago, for the first time in 40 years, there was a feeling of joyful anticipation.
When you're in the minor leagues for 8.5 years and you come and get in that World Series your first year, I really didn't even realize how fantastic a thing it was, seeing the police escorting all the banners up and crowds, just the glamour of it all.
The decade of the 50s had been a time of great stability on and off the field. The 60s would bring explosive change across the country, but baseball would continue to provide a welcome oasis of continuity. Just like the 50s, the role of the National League's premier team would fall to the Dodgers, who were only just beginning to win in Los Angeles. They would capture 3 pennants and 2 World Series in the 60s.
The Dodgers win 2-1 and sweep the series in 4 straight. All Bedlam breaks loose on the field.
The Braves' run as a powerhouse was at an end. They would take many years to reclaim World Series glory. The team would move to Atlanta in 1966 and would not win a championship until 1995.
The team of the 90s has
its world championship. First pitch on the way to Acuna is a sweeper. Big swing and a miss. 0-1. I didn't notice it before, but the comeback that Webb caught to end the inning last inning, he actually caught it in his arm, in his bare hand. Kind of clamped it together. It had nothing to do with his glove. The 0-1's foul, back at 0-2. Texas leads Washington 2-0 there in the 5th. Other scores around the league. Phillies and Pirates scoreless, or tied 1-1, heading to the 6th. As the 0-2's off the plate, 1-2. Reds 5-1 over the Diamondbacks in the 3rd. Astros and Guardians scoreless in the 4th as the 1-2 changeup misses inside, evens up the count 2-2. Marlins and Ray in the Battle of the Sunshine State. It's 4-4 in the 3rd. White Sox 3-1 over the Royals in the 4th, the 2-2. Sinker outside wide, full count. So Acuna trying to get aboard to get things going here in the 6th. Braves Giants tied at 1. The payoff pitch, swing, rips it into left field, and that is down for a base hit. Good hard hit by Ronald Acuna Jr.
Vamos!
Bravo.
Bravo!
That'll raise his batting average to .327 on the year. Drake Baldwin, your batter. First pitch on the way to the Drake is sliced foul down the left field line. 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Set. Brings it. Swing, slaps it into left field. That's through for a base hit. And the Drake gets us back going. Runners on first and second, and 1 out. Nobody out, excuse me.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
91 sinker off the edge, and he slaps it into the hole, the 5-6 hole, with the Giants on the shift, and Austin Riley now come to the plate, a ground out, a strikeout. Time for the rake to make a big Base hit. First pitch is a sinker up and in. It's 1-0. Excuse me, 0-1. They called it a strike. Wow. The 0-1. Swing. Chase a sweeper a little bit off the plate. It's 0-2. Standing on deck is Olson. Cunha at second. Drake at first. Riley down on the 0-2 count. The pitch. Try to get him to chase that sweeper again. It's 1-2. Webb looks back, brings it, swing, fouls it back, sinker, high in the zone. Do it again, 1-2. One-two count. Swing hits it harder in the hole. That's going to get through for a base hit into left field. They're going to hold all the runners. Wasn't hit very deep in the left fielder out there. Ramos was charging the ball. He was on it pretty quick, but nonetheless, bases are loaded.
You're my boy, Blue!
Nobody out.
Blue, you're my boy!
Ducks all over the pond. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. One swing could really blow this wide open. First pitch on the way to Olson is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Olson, 8 grand slams in his career. Drilled one out of the park last night. The 0-1. Up top misses, 1-1. Olson with 13 home runs. This would be a good time to see number 14. The 1-1. Misses high, 2-1. So a 2-1 count, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The go-ahead run at third base with the bases juiced. The 2-1. Swing, slices it foul, 2-2. The infield is playing for a double play, and they are back, so they would concede a run if it was hit up the middle. The 2-2 brings it. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn. Easy catch by Adames. Cunha tags and fakes like he's going to go home, but that ball was hit very, very shallow, one away. That'll bring the big Zoo to the plate. Maybe he can come through. A decent fly ball is really all you need to take the one-run lead. The Braves all year long, runners in scoring position, they've been atrocious. You can point to Tim Hyer, but this was going on last year and the year before as well. First pitch on the way. Outside wide, it's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup, 92 pitches for Webb, so that's good on that front, the 1-0. Swing and a miss at the sweeper off the plate, 1-1. Decent speed all over the base pass. Baldwin runs well for a catcher, and Riley still has good wheels, the 1-1. Takes it right down the gullet for a strike, it's 1-2. Zuna wants to argue, but that was right there at the knees. In the zone. 1-2 count. Swing, slices it foul. Braves 1, Giants 1. Top of the 6th. Cunha at third. Fly ball, deep fly ball would score him with ease. The 1-2 to the Big Zoo. Swing, chops it up the hole. It's going to be a tough play. He's going to go to a 5, 4, 3. The Big Zoo beats it out, and your Braves have taken a 1-run lead. All right, Ozuna. Good hustle. I know he doesn't have the wheels anymore, but it was a 1-2-3 bouncer into the middle of the infield, and Ozuna, what little bit he has left in those wheels, man, he was hustling. Has anyone ever told him he'd run a little faster if he wasn't looking? Like if you just run down and just keep your eyeballs right down the pipe. He was watching the whole play the whole time. Not saying that's why he's slow, but anyways. First pitch on the way to Harris is off the edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Michael Harris hit a solo shot earlier, tying the game up. The Braves now have a 1-run lead. The 0-1 slices it foul. It's 0-2. No, Mark, I did not. The 0-2 count. He was arguing with the umpire. That's what you heard. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. They went to break, and Freddie Gonzalez went over there and broke up the argument that they had. So no. One-two count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Harris couldn't come through and get the runner at third home, but Ozuna did. We got a 1-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 6th here in Braves country.
Hey, does anybody else feel angry as hell whenever somebody's in the kitchen at the same time as you? Or is it just me?
This is the absolute chaotic career of Doc Ellis. He once pitched a no-hitter under the influence of LSD. In 1971, he finished 4th in Cy Young voting after finishing with a 19-9 record and a 3.06 ERA. During a game in 1974, he attempted to hit every batter in the Reds lineup. It would only make it through 4 of them before the manager pulled him from the game. That same year, he won 8 consecutive games in 9 out of 10, pitching 7 complete games in that 10-game stretch. He admitted that wearing curlers produced sweat on his hair that he used to throw a modified version of the spitball. During the 1975 season, he was asked to pitch out of the bullpen. He refused not once, not twice, but 3 times before they suspended him for 1 game. After joining the Yankees in 1976, he won Comeback Player of the Year, winning 17 games, which was good for 8th in the American League. While pitching for the Oakland A's, he was asked to keep charts. Instead, he set them on fire inside the clubhouse, which in turn set off the sprinklers. All in all, Doc Ellis had a pretty great career, hitting double digits in wins in 8 of his 12 seasons. Not only that, he finished with a very respectable 3.46 ERA. Although his career had its ups and downs, I think it's safe to say he had a pretty successful career and shouldn't be just remembered for 1 no-hit.
1967. It was a tumultuous year and a decade of change. In the grip of often unsettling social unrest, America would see outbreaks of violence and eruptions of youthful rebellion.
1967 was one of the most unique years in American history, with everything was going on, a civil rights movement, a hippie movement, free love, tremendous unhappiness at the Vietnam War.
But despite all the turmoil, there was still baseball to be played, and for the players, playing the game was as important as ever.
Go back to any of the wars, any of the economies. It's a place where people can go and simply relax and to forget all their troubles and just concentrate on an afternoon of entertainment.
Welcome back. Mark, I thought you were asking about Ozuna. Snicker was ejected in the middle of the 4th inning, but we weren't on the air at the time when it happened. But he was ejected yelling from the dugout, and I firmly believe it was because, I couldn't see it, but Freddie Gonzalez was coming over and patting Ozuna, and he motioned into the dugout. And as they went to break, it was right around that time period. So I believe Freddie got Stitt's attention to say, hey, you're about to lose one of your batters type of thing, right? Now, I don't know what happened because we were at break and they didn't show it, but he was ejected, according to Mark Bowman, beat writer for the Braves. He's at the game, but he didn't really get into, all he said was he started yelling something from the dugout after Elder didn't get a 1-2 pitch to Adames. So the whole thing, it was in between, to clean that up, it was in between what happened with Ozuna and the home plate umpire in the fourth. Is the first pitch on the way, is a sinker down and away, it's 1-0. And what happened with Elder, if you remember the pitch that I complained about, and then Elder struck him out anyways and we went to break, that supposedly is when he was ejected. Or at least that's what they're saying on Bowman's feed. The 2-0 count. Swing, lifts it high and deep. That ball's belted. Is it fair? No, it's going to go foul. Johnson, a light-hitting outfielder, almost tied this game up. Couldn't quite keep it straight, but that wind is really ripping. So I'd say it's probably a combination of it all. And who knows, maybe Freddie got in the dugout and said something to Snicker about how bad he's been, and he said, you know what, it might be time for you to say something. But that's all guessing game on my end. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Bryce Elder strikes out another. It's number 7 on the day for Bryce Elder. How about that? Who saw that coming? Even when Elder has good games, he normally doesn't get a high strikeout number. Logan's at 10. So what are we here in the 6th inning? .34 of the outs, of the 34 outs that have been given, 17 have been strikeouts combined for both sides. The 0-1 right there. Slider, it's 0-2. The 0-2 from Elder. Ramos, your batter, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase one well out of the zone. 2 away. Bryce Elder, 8 strikeouts. So now we got 18. So now we have more than half the outs today have been strikeouts. Now, some of that has to do with the fact that Gabe Morales has a strike zone the size of a Grand Canyon, but first pitch on the way is a sinker off the plate. It's 1-0. I would say that it's probably Walt Weiss that took over, but I didn't see anything mentioned. 1-0. Down and away, 2-0. With him being the bench coach, that's normally what happens. 2-0 count. The 2-0 swung on. Bangs it foul. We'll do it again. The 2-1. Dribbles that foul down the third base line. Two, dribbled on the ground. Riley charges, fires it over to first, and it is a 5-3 put out. Good play by Riley. That'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 7th, leading by 1, and my, oh my, is Elder having a day.
You ever get somebody slide in your inbox and you think to yourself, I know I am not this damn ugly? Ain't no way.
Let me tell you about the perfect day. The perfect day is this. You wake up, you come to the beach, you get the chair, you drink the drinks, you read the books, you put on Jimmy Buffett radio, you get in the water, you come back to the chair, you drink the drinks, you read the books, you go up midday to have a turkey sandwich with Cheez-Its, you come back to the chair, you drink the drinks, you read the books, you spend the rest of the afternoon fantasizing about what seafood restaurant you're going to eat at that night. That is the perfect day.
I caught myself because I was shaving without water. And why was there no water? Because I had to move your chair, which guards the floor, which made me call for Joe, who found bad pipes, which called for Cecil, who ate the cat that killed the rat that lived in the house that
I either blow $800 in 3 days or stretch out $2 in 4 weeks. There ain't no in between.
1967. Baseball fans would have witnessed one of the most dramatic seasons in memory. But at the start, the game was in a serious state of flux. In the American League, the New York Yankees, who had won the first 5 pennants of the 1960s, had fallen on hard times and had finished in last place in '66. The Bronx Bombers were supplanted at the top of the league by the pitching-rich Baltimore Orioles. In their World Series matchup against the Dodgers, the Birds only gave up 2 runs in a stunning 4-game sweep.
And the Orioles are the new world champions.
But repeating in '67 was not going to be easy for the Orioles, as a group of hungry teams was vying for their crown. The Detroit Tigers were a club that people were starting to fear, while the Chicago White Sox were coming off 16 consecutive winning seasons without a title. But Baltimore's toughest competition was expected to come from Minnesota. The Twins had captured the '65 pennant and were looking forward to reclaiming their place at the top of
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Join the country club today. I'll say hi to you, Timmy. Good to see you in the chat. Thought I saw you earlier, but I hadn't seen you in a while, so I wasn't sure if dude, the chat moves so fast for me. Lefty-righty matchup now as Eric Miller comes in. We saw him last night. Changeup misses down and away to Ozzie. It's 1-0. Everyone say hi to Tim. I think he feels left out. The 1-0. Pops it up high in the sky. Into center field. Making the catch is Johnson for out number 1. One down. That should mean Eli White coming to the plate. It does. As Verdugo will grab his seat. First pitch on the way to Eli is a 4-seam fastball inside. 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Braves lead it 2-1, but we know that this won't be enough. The 0-1. Outside wide 1-1. With them DFAing Kimbrel, 1-1. Down and away 2-1. Bullpen gets that much shallower. Really dumbfounding. They didn't at least keep him around for them. So they used him a few times. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Everybody was so focused on his velo after the game. You don't have to throw 100 miles an hour to be effective in the major leagues. The 2-2. Outside wide, full count. Game in 1 inning, 1 strikeout, no runs. A great pickoff move, by the way. Someone will pick him up off the scrap heap, and I'm rooting for him. I don't care where he ends up at. 3-2's fouled back. So a full count to Eli. Batting .244 on the year, 2 home runs. Swing, chops it over to short. 6-3 put out, 2 down. Two down, and Nick Allen stands in. So at least we will clear the number 9 hitter in this inning. First pitch on the way is 98 off the pipe. 1-0. The 1-0 brings it, chops it back to the mound. That'll end the inning. So a very quiet top of the 7th. We'll head for the 7th inning stretch. Time to get up and stretch, Braves country. The Braves lead it 2-1. Welcome back. Bryce Elder goes back out there for a 7th inning of work. He's just at 77 pitches. The 0-1. Slider misses down and away, 1-1. Phillies and Pirates are tied at 1. 1-1. Down and in, 2-1. 2-1 count. Brings it. Down and in, 3-1. He might be starting to run out of gas a little bit, though he's just at 80 pitches. This is his 7th inning of work. The 3-1 from Elder. Swing, chops it foul. Chapman, their cleanup hitter, who has 11 home runs on the year, which is tied for the team lead, standing at the plate. So you got to be careful here if you're Snicker. Well, you get Snickers kicked out, so you got to be here. If you're Walt Weiss, or he's probably turned that over to Kranitz. Time is called by Chapman as he steps out of the box for the second. The full count. Pops it back foul. Just got a piece of it. Do it again at 3-2. 3-2 count. 2-1 your score here in San Francisco. The payoff pitch. Right there, caught looking, strike 3. Strikeout number 9 for your Elder. Respect your Elder. 1 away. Backwards K in the book. Sinker just got the bottom of the zone. That'll bring Dominic Smith to the plate. Righty lefty. First pitch on the way to Smith is popped up. Back out of play. It's 0-1. You could somehow get a quick inning here. Elder may be able to go out there for inning number 8. Wouldn't that be something? The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-1. If you're just joining us, Wilmer Flores got the scoring started in the bottom of the 4th with a solo home run. It's 1-1, 4-seam right down the middle, 1-2. Not really where Elder wants that ball, so got to start paying attention to his location. Harris tied it up in the very next frame with his own solo shot at a 423-foot home run. Ozuna brought in is the 1-2. Check foul, first base side. We'll do it again. Marcell Ozuna grounded into a fielder's choice with Acuna scoring from third as Ozuna just beat out the play. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Double-digit Ks for my man Elder. All right. Bryce Elder looking like 2023 All-Star Bryce Elder. 10 strikeouts. First pitch on the way to Adames is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. John, they never took Iglesias out of the closing role. You didn't see him last night because they were trying to give him some rest. The 1-0 down and away. 2-0. 2-0 count. 10 strikeouts on the day for Bryce Elder. The pitch. Swing, chops it foul. 2-1. Elder has given up just 3 hits, walked none. 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts. He's at 91 pitches. The 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Changeup well off the plate. Now, whether or not he's available for today, I would think he would be. But you never know. The 2-2. Down away 3-2. If not, it would probably be some version of either Pierce Johnson or Dylan Lee trying to close it out. As Bummer's warming up in the pen, the 3-2. Caught looking, strike 3. 11 punchies for Elder. Respect your elder. We'll be back in a flash.
Stop eating so much cheese. This is how much cheese you're allowed to eat, according to health insurance provider Bupa. So get your small matchbox out and measure it, you big whale. Does this look like a normal amount of cheese to eat? Wrong. You're gonna die. No health insurance for you. I'm just about to tuck into my normal amount of pasta. You're dead. You're only supposed to have 3 spoons. Hopefully you enjoy heaven, you fat. Next time I'm having a night of romance, I'm gonna tell her, it's not small. That's the recommended serving size. And if you're not satisfied with it, you may ring Bupa and check your facts. Now leave. I'm not in the mood anymore. And take this small box of matches with you for future reference.
Bob was the intimidator, not the intimidatee.
Gibson delivers.
You know, there are a lot of guys that want to win, okay, in life. They want to be winners. That wasn't the case with Gibson. Gibson despised losing. And when he went to the mound, you weren't going to beat him.
In each year that the Dodgers had won the pennant, Koufax had won the Cy Young Award and pitching's Triple Crown.
Sandy Koufax gets his second consecutive shutout of the Twins.
You're the best, Sandy. You're the greatest, baby.
Koufax's dominating performances had carried the Dodgers to glory, but Sandy had paid a heavy price for that success, as he often pitched through excruciating elbow pain. Finally, after the '66 World Series, he decided that he could no longer endure the agony. With Koufax abdicating his throne as the king of the hill, Bob Gibson of the St. Louis Cardinals was one of the pitchers most able to succeed Sandy. The intimidating right-hander was a dominating presence on the mound who beat teams with his arm and his attitude.
You're just joining us. Bryce Elder pitching a gem. He may be done, but if he is, as Acuna stands at the plate, sinker from Yell, spelled H-J-E-E-E-L-L-E, excuse me. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Elder was 11 strikeouts in 7 innings of work. 1 earned run, 3 hits. Yell's got a problem with his pitch calm. So you got an 0-1 to Acuna. Top of the order here for the Atlanta Braves. Baldwin and Riley will follow the 0-1. Sinker, outer edge. It's 0-2. Sean Yell, 0.00 ERA. .11 appearances. 6'11". I thought he was tall. The 1-2. Just misses. 95 sinker. 2-2. 28-year-old out of Fridley, Minnesota, plays college ball with the Kentucky Wildcats. The 2-2. Down and away. Full count. The payoff pitch from Yell. Swing. Dribbles it up the middle. Adames has it. He'll flip it to first. Got Acuna by quite a bit. 1 away. Drake Baldwin, your batter. He's 1 for 3. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch is 94 sinker off the edge. It's 1-0. Yell throws a sinker and a curveball, total of about 78% of the time. Then he's got a cutter at 21%. Those are his 3 pitches. The 1-0. Swing chops the sinker down the first base line, but foul. 1-1. Be interesting to see who the Braves do go here with in the next frame. They had Bummer warming up, but he normally is being brought in when guys are on base. Is the 1-1's right there at his knees. It's 1-2. They don't go with Bummer trying to play this out in your head. You kind of expect is the 1-2. Pops it back foul, do it again. I kind of expect it's either going to be Pierce Johnson if Iglesias is available today, or Dylan Lee. 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. If Iglesias is still being rested, and your guess is as good as mine because you got to figure out who you would think Pierce would be asked to try to close the game. The 2-2. Swing, hits it up the middle, right into the teeth of the defense. That'll be a 6-3 put out. Ball was hit just left of the second base bag, but Adames was standing there. 2 down. Austin Riley will be your batter. Matt Olson standing on deck if Riley can get on. Top of the 8th, the first pitch on the way to Riley is off the plate wide. It's 1-0. Riley 1 for 3 on the day. Complete game's probably not possible, Hellion. Sitting with his pitch count in the 90s already. And he would need 6 outs, and he'd need 6 quick pop outs is what he'd need. The 1-0 misses outside, 2-0. Be cool to see, and the one argument for it is the Braves do have an extra off day. The 2-0. Swing, rips it into left. That's down where the green grass grows. That's going to get up against the wall. And Austin Riley with the 2-hit day. Good piece of hitting by Riley.
You're my boy, Blue!
2-out double.
Blue, you're my
Matt
boy!
Olson coming to the plate. Roped into the corner and up against the wall. We may get a pitching change here. Could just be Bailey going out there to talk to Yell, and he is. They may be talking about pitching, either automatically walking Olson or pitching around Olson. But if you do that, you've got Ozuna on deck, and you're really flirting with the game getting broke. They are going to walk Olson. So runners on first and second. 2 outs. Marcell Ozuna will come to the plate. He could blow this puppy wide open with one swing of the bat. But you'd love a single here to get Riley home. First pitch on the way. Swings at a knuckle curve well off the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Yell brings it. Knuckle curve. That time he spit on it. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch down and away. 2-1. The 2-1. Chase another knuckle curve off the plate. 2-2. He's thrown nothing but knuckle curves to him. 4 in a row to start the at-bat. All in the same spot. I think they're just going to keep dribbling it out there and see if he'll get himself out. Michael Harris is standing on deck. The 2-2. And pitch. Another knuckle curve. This time he takes it. So a full count now. Now the runners will be on the move. He appears to be willing to walk Ozuna to face Harris, who does have a home run today and is on the left side of the plate. The payoff pitch. Runners go. Swing! That ball's popped up. Fisted high, just past the infield grass, making the easy catch is Dominic Smith. He doesn't make it look easy, but he did make the catch. We'll be back in a flash. Braves lead by only 1. We are in the 8th.
Stop putting mirrors right beside the shower so I can see myself cleaning my own arse. If you like doing that, there's something wrong with you. I don't even understand how it's helpful. It's not like a better view is particularly useful in the shower. If you're having to carry out a visual inspection to see whether you're clean or not, you're not clean. I don't need to be confronted with the cold, hard reality of my body when I'm just trying to relax and clean myself. The shower is a time of peace. You do a bit of singing, you do a bit of thinking. Now, if I go to a hotel, I have to look at a big, fat, hairy man having a shower. I've got a good use for AI, actually. Mirrors should detect if I'm naked and censor me. I should get one of them messages like you get on Instagram. This is graphic content. Are you sure you're ready to view it?
Cardinal outfielder Lou Brock shared Gibson's passion for winning.
Baseball was a war against your opposition. The Cardinals' tradition, the Cardinal pride had a lot to do with that.
The slender, speedy Brock had become one of the most disruptive players in all of baseball.
You imagine yourself as a pitcher even 2 or 3 days before you came into St. Louis. The guy you had to think about was Brock. You know, not only was this guy a great base stealer, he was a 300 hitter. He was really the ignition for that baseball team.
Brock had joined the Cardinals in 1964 and teamed with Gibson to help lead St. Louis to a World Series victory. But by '66, the Cards were struggling as they slipped to 6th place and were dead last in the league in runs scored.
We didn't have big hitters in the middle of our lineup.
In order to change that, they gambled by trading as a Yankee. Roger Maris had outdueled Mickey Mantle to break Babe Ruth's fabled single-season home run record.
He was always dealing with the image of Mickey Mantle as the player who could do no wrong.
Maris is a ball player's ball player. He's great with his teammates. He's great in the clubhouse. He just fit into our little family perfectly.
Bryce Elder goes back to work. First pitch on the way, 84-mile-an-hour slider right down the pipe. It's 0-1. 7, 8, 9 batters due up in this inning. The 0-1. Four-seamer at the knees. 0-2. He's at 96 pitches. They may be willing to let Elder as long as he doesn't get anybody on. Is the 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. To face the bottom of the order, but I seriously doubt they're going to let him face the top of the lineup a fourth time through over 100 pitches. 1-2 count. Sinker misses inside, 2-2. Braves 2, Giants 1. Bottom of the 8th. Elder sitting on 11 strikeouts. The 2-2. Swing, chops it over towards Olsen. He's got it. He'll step on the bag. Beat the runner by about a step or so. 1 away. Looks like De Los Santos and Bummer are warming up. Now, that may just be for this inning. It tells you they're probably holding either Lee or PJ to close it out. Pitch to Bailey is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. That was his 100th pitch of the day. 1-0. Swung on. Chops it back towards Elder. He's got it. Flips it underhanded to Olsen. We quickly have 2 down. 2 down. He could get out of this. You never know. They may give him a shot. I would be shocked in today's game. 2 down. Looks like Jung-Ho Lee is going to pinch hit for the number 9 hitter, Fitzgerald. Righty-lefty matchup as the crowd comes to life here in the Bay Area. First pitch on the way to Lee is 92 off the plate. It's 1-0. Representing the tying run. The 1-0. 87 misses. 2-0. 2-0 count. 2 outs here in the inning. Braves cling to a 1-run lead, the 2-0. Slider right there on the outer edge up top. 2-1. Jung-Ho Lee from the Republic of Korea is the 2-1. Right there for a strike. 4-seam fastball, 2-2. It's his second year in the major leagues, both with San Francisco. The 2-2. Tried to get him to chase the changeup down and in. Pretty good pitch. Didn't bite. Full count. Full count from Elder. Caught! Look at strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. And Mr. Bryce Elder, if that was his last pitch, 12 strikeouts. How about that? We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Some bull when I hear people say that white people can't cook. Really? Newsflash, we're literally the whole reason why you have to show your ID to buy Sudafed. So, okay, love you, bye.
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I be ordering my coffee so strong I think it might just show up on a drug test.
Dad, who cut the grass?
Same person who always cuts the grass. Me. Why?
It's like the lines are crooked, like they're squiggly. Didn't you say your vision or something was going bad? Because it's showing. The lines, look how crooked they are.
What are you talking about? They're crooked.
Look, you see how it's not, aren't they supposed to be straight lines?
What are you talking about? They are straight. What are you talking about?
Nah, they look crooked. You should have Brett show you how to do it.
I'll tell you what, instead of you sleeping until 3 o'clock in the afternoon every day, why don't you start cutting the grass?
I should.
Tell me Brett knows how to cut the grass. Every time he comes over here, he doesn't know how to cook a egg on the stove. You're going to try to tell me he's going to tell me how to cut the grass.
And as long as you're getting yourself a cup of coffee, would you mind getting me one too?
I'm not getting myself coffee.
Let me rephrase that. Get me a cup of coffee. And by the way, I take my coffee the way I take my women.
Are you sure you want to pay $75 for a cup of coffee?
In Orlando Cepeda's last few years with the Giants, some thought that his skills had eroded. The Cardinals couldn't have cared less, as Cepeda immediately began knocking the ball all over the park and driving his new teammates across the plate.
We got Orlando Cepeda, which meant that your single and I meant something.
With Cepeda leading a recharged offense and the ferocious Gibson anchoring the pitching staff, the 67 Cardinals began to tear through the National League. They were as confident as they were talented, and it didn't seem like anyone could stand in their way.
Braves lead it by 1. We're in the 9th. First pitch to Harris from Rogers. The submarine pitcher from the right side of the plate. It's 0-1. That's it for Elder. He's getting handshakes and high fives in the dugout. The 0-1 blasted into the drink out there in right field, but foul. It's 0-2. I don't know what y'all are clicking on, but the Braves aren't trading Sale. The 0-2. Swung on, chopper, back over the mound. Adames has to double take it, double clutch it, I should say, and on the double clutch, that'll give Harris just enough time to be safe. See if they give him an infield single. It's a tough play. I'd say it is an infield single. It's the way it should be scored, but you never know.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
Good hustle by Mike. He just beat that out. Looks like they're going to challenge it, but I think they're challenging more on the fact that it's the 9th inning. Looks well. I might have spoke too soon. Let me see the double. See, his foot hits, and it's just as the ball's going in the glove. The fact that they called it safe originally works in the favor of the Braves. It is so close. See what they end up doing here. Here comes the review. They're going to call him out. If they got him, it was by a 16th of a step. I mean, it is a hair. You see the ball go into the back of the glove. And as it's hitting the back of the glove, that's when Harris's foot hits the bag. I don't know. That seems a little... I don't know about that one. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Braves cling to a 1-run lead. We could use some insurance going into the 9th to 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. 2-0 count. Ozzie Albies, 1 for 3 on the day. Takes the 2-0 off the plate, 3-0. 3-0 count. The pitch. Ball 4. So Ozzie heads on down to first. He'll get things going here in the top of the 9th. Spencer Strider on the bump tomorrow versus Landon Root. First pitch on the way to Eli White is well inside, called for a strike. Hey, Morales, man. Take your pension and retire. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Pops it up. High into right field. Lazy fly ball. Easy out. 2 down. 2 away, and Nick Allen will try to find his way aboard to bring Acuna to the plate. It is going to be Pierce Johnson closing the game out. They're essentially trying to give Iglesias a complete reset. First pitch on the way. Sinker off the edge, it's 0-1. The 0-1. I know a guy with some closing experience that they just DFA'd. Kicks and fires. Chops it down the first baseline. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Braves lead it by 1. Ozzie at first. 2 outs. 2 strikes on Allen. The pitch. Swing. Slaps it over towards right field of the infield, right side of the infield, and a good play by the second baseman, Fitzgerald, as he grabs it, spins it, throws to Smith on the run, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead it by 1. Pierce Johnson coming out of the bullpen. Hold on, Braves country, it ain't over yet.
Hey, I be wondering, like, why nobody eat banana Laffy Taffys, dog? They not bad. They really good, bro. Look at me questioning, like, how some of y'all eat banana pudding, but y'all not gonna eat a banana Laffy Taffy. Like, what's up with y'all, bro? I even know a dude that eat a banana like a dude ain't even supposed to eat a banana, and he turned down a banana Laffy Taffy. Nah, I don't even like banana like that, bro. I can't tell, you just deep-throated one. You walk in the gas station, you know they like 35 cents for singles. These be the only ones left. Then the cashier will talk about, yeah, take them. No, you're not about to treat me like you don't want them, bro. I'm about to pay for these. The moral of the story, I'm just asking y'all, like, why y'all don't like banana Laffy Taffys?
'67, the Detroit Tigers with Denny McClain and Earl Wilson and then Mickey Lolich. There's a chance that you might leave that city from a hitter's standpoint, maybe 1 for 20 or 1 for 25.
And the Tigers could hit, too. Featuring power hitter Willie Horton and future Hall of Famer Al Kaline, Detroit scored the second most runs in the American League.
You were always in trouble as a ball club when you went into Detroit.
But for sheer star power, no team could match the Minnesota Twins. On the mound, they boasted former Cy Young Award winner Dean Chance, as well as one of the best left-handers in the game, former 25-game winner Jim Cott. And when it came to hitting, their trio of Harmon Killebrew, Rod Carew, and Tony Oliva was deadly.
If you never got to see Rod Carew and Tony Oliva hit, you missed something, because Rod Carew won 7 American League batting championships, and Tony Oliva was a Rod Carew type hitter with power.
You couldn't keep those first 2 guys off base, and then you had to face Killebrew, and if you made a mistake, you could be a couple runs behind real quick.
And there it goes. It's way, way back. It's a home run. A 400-footer that sails.
Harris Johnson comes on to face his namesake Johnson. Top of the order for the Giants. First pitch on the way. Daniel Johnson is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. He will drop a bunt if given the chance. The 0-1. Swung on, chopped foul for Zinstrup. It's 0-2. Now with 2 strikes, Riley can back up a little bit. He was right there on the grass. The 0-2 count. PJ looking into Drake, who sits up on the outside and down the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. 1 away. 13th strikeout by your Atlanta Braves today. This game's been filled with strikeouts. 10 by Webb. Remarkably, the 3 men who came in to spell the rest of the game did not strike out anybody for the Giants in 3 innings. First pitch on the way is a curveball up top to Ramos. It's 0-1. Standing on deck is Flores, and remember, he scored the sole run with a solo shot back in the 4th inning. The 0-1 to Ramos. PJ kicks and fires. Swing. Curveball, slices it foul. It's 0-2. PJ has plenty of experience closing, as he did that for a while in Colorado. Pittsburgh has beaten Philadelphia 2-1. That is a final in Pittsburgh. Ranger Suarez was on the bump today. The 0-2, 87, curveball. Tried to get the call, but didn't give it to him. 1-2. He's gone curveball, curveball, curveball. See what he dials up here. Will he go back to the curve? We'll bring the gas. The 1-2. Swing, curveball. Bangs it foul and out of play. We'll do it again. Braves lead it 2-1. Bottom of the 9th. 1 out. The 1-2. Misses. 2-2. The 2-2 count. Ramos representing the tying run. The 2-2. Swing, rips it up the middle, and that's going to be a single. And it's a 1-out single for the Giants. Tying run is on first. Winning run is at home plate in the form of Wilmer Flores. He's 1 for 3 today, but that one hit was a home run. On deck is Chapman. These are their home run threats that you're going to have to get through to get this win. First pitch on the way to Flores. 97 on the outer edge. Smacks the black. It's 0-1. The 0-1. brings it. 97 just misses outside. 1-1. Same pitch, tried to hit that same location. This time it was a little off the edge. 1-1 count. Swing, pops it up. Will it stay in play? Fighting the sun is Riley. He'll make the catch in foul territory, and the Braves are 1 out away from ending this losing streak. But they got to get through the cleanup hitter, Matt Chapman, who is a dangerous right-handed bat. Wind is still blowing out. He represents the tying run. Standing on deck is Dominic Smith. First pitch on the way to Chapman is a curveball well off the edge. It's 1-0. If he had the open base, you could pitch around Chapman, but you don't really want to do that and walk the tying run into scoring position. 1-0 from PJ. Come set. Right there, curveball at the knees. 1-1. A 1-1 count. Got to keep that curveball low with Chapman. Wind is blowing out to right. The 1-1. Swing belted. Deep. She's gone. Braves have found yet another way to lose another game. You've got to be kidding me. A hanging curveball. I had just mentioned it. And he hung it. And Chapman walks off the Braves. Atlanta loses another heartbreaker, 3-2. This is unbelievable. I mean, the Braves cannot buy a win. They did everything right. Bryce Elder pitched to Jim. They went up against a tough right-hander in Logan Webb. And Pierce Johnson hung one pitch. And he smoked it out of the stadium. My word. Tough way to lose another game. I'm going to go put my head in the oven. Y'all have a great night, Braves country. This is just out of control. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner As he stepped into his place, there was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.